Awkward on 104.5 The Team.
Normally we do socially awkward media on Thursdays at 4 o'clock, but the Yankees preempted us. So this week, Goz loved social media so much. He said, I'm doing it on Friday, whether you like it or not. So
take that for Dana. I've got to start with this. We have a common theme on this week's socially awkward media. By the way, you can always be a part of the show. Facebook.com/1045 The Team. At the Jeff Levack. At Tom Goz on Twitter. TOMGOZZ. And also at 1045 The Team. We start out with the poll you wanted me to take. Earlier in the week involving the king of pop, Michael Jackson. We asked the question on Twitter, when you think of Michael Jackson, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it the crimes he committed allegedly? Neverland Ranch? The moonwalk, or music? Over 100 people voted. 50% of people said music.
50%. 50 said the joke about underwear. I'm not saying it on the air.
Good, don't say it. No. You don't believe these people because you believe they're trying to be the good, innocent people, not looking at the other things Michael Jackson has done.
Yep. I think everybody's pretending to live on the high road. But I will tell you something. You can get run over on the high road too, friends, okay? I don't know a single person in my day-to-day life who doesn't explain why they like Michael Jackson music now. When I was a kid, people just liked Michael Jackson music. Now, you catch your friends singing Smooth Criminal, they either tell you it was Alien Ant Farm's version or, well, look, man, the song's really good. I know he was a weird person, whatever. But when people feel the need to explain why they like something every time it comes on, you're thinking the bad thing, too.
Let's move on to our big theme of the day. And it's the people who decided to post on our Twitter account, on our Facebook page, over the course of the last week, criticizing the reporting of our good pal, Roger Weiland. So you people who called out Roger have all been noted, and now you will all get your shout out. First, let's start with that Pat Doherty guy over at the Times Union Center, whatever he does. Nonsense that he wrote today. Click Clack wrote, Roger Weiland more and more looked like a man who jumped the gun. Maxwell, I think Roger Weiland has some explaining to do. Sienna Soup, just a weird meme. Let's hope Roger has a retraction soon. President Trump, Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president of the United States. It's a parody account. Steve, yesterday you said Jamie Christian's the new head coach. When's he had an offer from Sienna? Are you attracting this? You kind of get the idea of what we're doing. Do we have a retraction yet from Dan Williams? Leopold Stotch just leaked the news. Must have came from the same source that Jamie Christian got hired from. Good reporting, Roger, from Otto. I'm happy about this. You're proving yourself to be an idiot from Paul. Sienna, Christopher Earnshaw said Sienna's calling this fake news. Click Clack came back. You're burning all your contacts to the ground.
By the way.
Mike Keene, who's the source of the statement?
You know what Click Clack is? It's a reference to Under Armour cleats. Just saying.
What do you make of all the people who went on our Twitter, Facebook, and everything else, called out Roger for allegedly getting the story wrong, and then days later having it right, but then not offering an apology?
I was going to say, obviously they all went on and apologized, right? Added to their tweets. Hey, looks like you got this one right. Hey, good job, Roger. Hey, way to stick with the story that you knew to be true. They obviously all wrote that, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, then they suck.
Not a single one. There you go. If you're going to write something negative about somebody...
I hate trolls, man. You're a troll.
Worst,
you're a troll.
Man.
You're a troll. And I'll tell you what. If he was wrong, he would have... We had him on Monday, and he flat out said, my sources told me to stick with this. It's true. However, I am hearing there's a buyout issue that could force them to go back to the search. And obviously that got taken care of. And now he's right. So, look, let's give credit where it's due. Roger Weiland got the story right. He did the legwork. He was first. So it's all the things that you want to be. He got it.
Let's go back to the Doherty situation today, the Times Union, because he calls out Rogers that he has a crystal ball.
Yeah, that was really snarky and insulting.
The quote between, like, he's anywhere between a lucky guess and jump the gun. Or, and I'll just toss, maybe right. Yeah. Like, Levack, I felt embarrassed for him yesterday that he wrote that article and published it. It
was way too snarky.
Oh my
It was way too rude. It wasn't even asking the question of, like, I could see if he wrote an article that said, is it more important to be first or right? if Roger was wrong. But it just comes off very bitter, very salty. Just like he got us again. They go on to bring up the fact that he was the one who broke the Joe Cremo, David Nichols stuff and puts in there, well, he works for Albany, so clearly that's where he got the story from. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but we know for a fact that's not where he got the story from.
100% not from Albany.
And it was why he wrestled with actually breaking the story rather than got the story.
No.
So it's just... Ugh.
Also, it's the same place that 2 years ago criticized Roger for breaking the news that Jimmy Patsos had a contract extension from Siena. And not to take anything away from Roger on this, but he was not the only one who knew that Jimmy Patsos was getting a contract extension 2 years ago. Here at 104.5 The Team, we also had that story. But the Times Union criticized it and said it wasn't happening. Siena said no. Siena said no. Oh, look at that. Coach Patsos got an extension 2 years ago. Guys, it's okay to give credit where credit's due, man. I'm embarrassed.
Shame.
I'm going to move on. Even though I'm hot, again, you can let us opinions be known at Jeff Levack, at Tom Goz, TOMGUZZ. I'll still probably be steaming about this over the weekend. Ryan wrote this in. You guys were at a country club today? You two strike me as Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack. You deserve to be there, but the club doesn't want you there.
I wish we fit in as well as Rodney Dangerfield fit in Caddyshack. I mean, Goz has a nice suit on. Goz looks professional. I had a shirt with buttons. Did you see what happened, though?
Did you spill something
I
on it?
legitimately spilled something on it right away. Like, I didn't even get a morsel of food to my mouth, and I was wearing something. So I was just like, you know what? This is me. Take me or leave me, New York State broadcasters. And everybody loved us. We had fun.
We had a story. I'm going to combine this one. It's from Nick out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and our old pal Brady Farkas in Burlington. Nick wrote to us, looks like Radio Row at its finest when Gucci Mane, Meek Mill, and Robert Kraft were together. And then Brady wrote in, it's like that magician from Dinner. He needs to be a part of that foursome too. Have we ever told the Radio Row magician story here on the air?
I thought we did when we were there, but I'm not positive that we did.
Do you want to tell it? I think you might be able to tell this one better than I, because we had a lot of people at that table.
So we had, because we are an ESPN station, big events like that, one of the high executives from the mothership will take whoever from ESPN out so we can all kind of get to know each other and whatever. So it was us and 6 other ESPN markets?
Yep.
And we're having dinner at this steakhouse in Minnesota. And out of nowhere, this kid who, he reminded me of Donald Glover.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live this week. He's a magician. And while you're waiting for your food to come out, he goes table to table and does magic tricks. And at first, I'm just like, get out of here. Go away. Like, I'm so New York at this point. Beat it. By the time he left, we're all like, come back, do more. Hide a $20 bill in my ear.
I wish we had his card still. Somebody else has it. He was awesome.
Well, it's not like we're going to book him in New York. I'm not going to fly him. He wasn't good enough for me to fly him in from Minnesota.
Jeez, man. I mean, I was trying to hint at you for the rehearsal dinner or, the wedding. You could bring him in.
Invite me to the bachelor party. Maybe I'll get you a magician for the rehearsal dinner.
Well, maybe he's interested in an internship here at 104.5 The Team, because we had a new star on Socially Awkward Media this week. And it's our intern, Ryan, who's doing a nice job today. Ryan, thanks for coming in on a Friday. We appreciate you. But, Ryan, you're going to stay right in that producer booth. You're not going anywhere. Nope, stay right there, because you said a comment earlier this week that set social media ablaze. Ryan on Wednesday said this to us, quote, I don't like pizza. Again, right. He said, I don't
Goz
like
almost
pizza.
Choked him.
These are real tweets I got. Yeah, I almost
Goz is on a wedding diet. Goz isn't allowed near a carbohydrate. So, offending pizza right now, I think you could say something neat about his mother, and he would take it better than if you insulted pizza right now.
These are what people wrote about you, Ryan. Internship immediately over. Hashtag
yes.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Hashtag you're fired. I think Vinny or Vendetti wrote in, nobody needs that type of negativity in their lives.
True.
Fire him immediately.
Yes, you're fired, Ryan.
Connor wrote in, I don't think someone can work in the sports broadcasting and dislike pizza.
Right.
Mike wrote in, fire him. Taylor wrote in, hashtag noob. Taylor works here, by the way, so enjoy that. Yeah. Donald wrote in, he must be let go now. Ryan wrote in, is the intern human?
Jury's out.
And Andrew rounded it out. Even crappy pizza's still awesome. When it really sucks, you just add some sausage or peppers, and it's still awesome. Your intern's a jerk. Rotten Tomato him. You don't like pizza? Fine, but don't tell anybody.
Like, yes or no, Ryan? Do you have like are you gluten intolerant or something? Do you have celiac disease? No, you can eat bread, and you still hate pizza.
He doesn't eat bread. He said he's not a fan of bread. He told me. No, not a big bread.
But
fan.
not medically speaking. Okay, no, wow. I was gonna give. I would lie if I were you.
Ryan, your internship is not over. Okay, you can continue.
Ryan, I would lie if I were you and tell everybody you're gluten intolerant. I would.
Okay, fair enough.
That's chic now. You know that we can't hear you right now.
No,
right?
Don't give him the microphone. He doesn't earn it. He said he doesn't like pizza. Maybe at the end of the internship.
I would have done
sorry.
it. Goz is
not
the boss.
Today. You blew it. You blew it for saying you didn't like pizza.
Goz is the boss. Just ask the New York State broadcasters.
Those are your headlines.
He's the only one on the show, as a matter of fact.
They made a mistake, I swear.
Man, this has been a fun, socially awkward media, getting everything out and everything. It's been great.
Yeah.
Usually on Thursday, if you really like it, make sure you tune in 4 o'clock on Thursday. Make sure you tweet at us at the Jeff Levack, at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ, at Ryan I Hate Pizza.
Yep, that's his Twitter handle. Also, you can read the Pat Doherty article or whatever that thing was, and just tweet at him and say whatever you want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. It's Matt Doherty.
Something. Oh.
Okay.
I
might have had that wrong. I'm sorry.
I liked him for. I want to believe that he was given an assignment.
I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna err on the side of good guy for once.
Are you gonna still say it's embarrassing?
It's extremely embarrassing.
Okay.
It's extremely embarrassing. It's like when you're mad at your brother or sister because they got good grades on a test, and your mom's being cool with them. And you're like, I hate you so much for getting an A, when you should just be like, wow, that's awesome that you got an A, and I hope that I will now work harder and get an A myself.
Right, and especially earlier when they were like, give Roger Weiland credit for breaking the story other outlets, and then he does it. It's like, we want our credit for almost breaking the story. guys.
Hey, we had that story too. We just didn't do the legwork to prove it. Yankees baseball tonight against Cleveland. How important is this series? Next.